post-workout video. Yeah, have to keep it super short because I want to be leaving the house in about 20 minutes to be heading to my polka dot meeting in Eau Claire. Just got done with my workout, need a shower. Holy Hannah banana, butt is kicked. And whew, we have fresh snow on the ground. You might notice a little bright out there coming out in the window. And what do I have to share today? Well, there was some stuff in my reading today that still has some turning around in my head to do, but there was some stuff in my reading about embracing our shadows along with our light instead of avoiding them or pushing them down, ignoring them, or trying to, like, I don't know, replace them or whatever, which has really been one of my key moves in my personal development, has been to basically avoid those less than, what I would feel is less than savory feelings, situations, and whatnot. And, you know, and I've since then grown quite a bit in other areas. And just like in working out, when you start getting stronger in some areas, that helps you to get stronger in other areas. And then you're able to do more things outside of your workouts, like carrying more groceries into the house all at once and whatnot, you know. I'm babbling out my freaking butt right now. But what the point there is that we actually have a lot that when we get stronger in our areas that we actually want to be better, so to speak, at, it can help us to deal with those areas that we normally look at as bad. And here's where, see, words are great because words allow us to relate to each other when we are trying to share an experience, or maybe like getting, you know, we're meeting up with somebody somewhere. It's great to have words and time and stuff, but the thing is sometimes these things have different meanings for different people, depending on culture, society, personal upbringings, personal experiences, and the meanings that we've put on things. So sometimes words can become barriers when we put too much into them. Now, trust me, incorrect spellings and misuses of grammar and stuff drive me crazy, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when we give too much power to a word. And the same thing happens to when we decide certain things are bad. I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around this still, but there's beauty in a lot of things. Like when there's like a fire in a forest, the regrowth that comes after that, beautiful. Like as stuff comes back just so much better, you know, Phoenix style. The same also comes from our shadows and things that normally we would be ashamed of, or we just don't want anything to do with. But in order to grow, we need to accept that part of ourselves as well, and also look at how those ways of thinking or acting, it somehow our minds, our egos have figured out that that is a way to serve us. So in some way that has helped us in the past with something. It's kept us safe from something. It's helped us grow in something. But to be able to actually step back and observe the things without throwing all of those personal meanings and feelings onto them, so that we can take some time to actually learn new ways, perhaps there is some benefits or lessons that can actually be plucked from that we can spin into a new way of doing things. Much like the forest burning down and then growing back. We need to be able to acknowledge and shed light on these things and accept ourselves for our flaws, and not be ashamed of them or whatever, and learn from them and allow them to be part of who we are, and accept that in order to have more contentment. I don't know about you guys, but like anxiety is like the major go-to for me. Has been the major go-to for me. Words, what story are you telling yourself? And the feeling that I really would prefer is contentment. But a lot of that anxiety is, of course, our anxiety, most of it really seriously is self-created through a crazy intricate system that goes on inside here. And a lot of the anxiety is self-created. I actually was going to say something. I gotta hurry up. Because we put judgments. I personally will put judgments on a lot of stuff and put negative meanings on things and berate myself and dwell on how things should have gone, instead of seeing the beauty of things that did occur from those past experiences. Because nobody just tries something brand new and just nails it and then becomes like the #1 expert in the whole wide world right off the bat. There's a lot of failure. We learn from our failures, and we've grown up in a society where failure is not acceptable, and that's bullshit. We need to stop being embarrassed by our failures, because those are our growing points. You don't grow character and experience and wisdom from having the smooth ride. You get it from all those bumps and all of those awkwardnesses that go on in the world. So, hashtag love yourself, all of yourself, and don't be afraid to share it. Years ago, I would have never been on here just babbling away like this and then planning to share it on social media where perfect strangers could see it. But it's whatever. You know what? There are a lot of people that I watch on social media that I completely adore because they're just themselves. And I totally I feel a click with them. And so if you watch me and you're like, this bitch is stupid, or I can't stand looking at her face, you just don't have to watch me. But I know there's people out there that actually give a shit and are like, yeah, girl, I'm hearing what you're saying. So if you got those kind of things to say or contribute or thoughts and whatever, add them down below so that we can grow together. All right, I have got to get going because I want to take a shower. Oh, and I got this from Melaleuca, and it smells really pretty. It's pink iris and sandalwood. Kind of reminds me of Sand and Sable. Anyways.